Big news for Game of Thrones fans, big news for the Game of Thrones series. 100% in development is a Jon Snow sequel, which will take place after the events of Game of Thrones. What up to my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks? You're now rocking with the best of Don, Tony Teflon. As always, you know what you got to do, and that is subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. As I said, this is big news for Game of Thrones fans because it is being reported 100% that Kit Harington is attached to reprise his fan favorite role in the first potential Game of Thrones project to take place after the original series. It is being reported that the network has entered into early development on this first sequel to the blockbuster fantasy drama, a live action spin-off series centered around fan favorite Jon Snow. Kit Harington has also attached himself to this project to reprise this role if this series does move forward. In the 8th and final season of Game of Thrones, Jon Snow discovered his true name was Aegon Targaryen, a potential heir to the Iron Throne. In the series finale, he was exiled from Westeros and journeyed north of the Wall to live out the remainder of his life with the Wildlings. So, what does this truly mean? It means that HBO is truly trying to make amends for the Game of Thrones finale. They realized exactly that the fans did not like it, and how can we do this? Well, we can't go back and change the past, but what we can do is start a new future. If we make people understand why we did this by starting a sequel series to explain all that, maybe we could win a lot of these fans back. We've seen this go down with the Disney franchise, what they're doing with the Obi-Wan and other series that they've done, and they're just expanding this A Song of Ice and Fire universe, trying to get the most out of it. I think it would be a great idea. I know exactly where they could go. They should have me on the right team because I know exactly how they could go and make this successful. So it would be the adventures of Jon Snow beyond the wall, basically, and all the events of Game of Thrones, what's going on. That means you'll have to bring back Bran. You're most likely going to have to bring back Maisie Williams, Arya. You probably have to bring back Sansa Stark, Sophie Turner. You'll have to bring back a lot of these characters if you're going to continue the story, because these people are still alive in the story. We know Drogon is still out there, so you most likely have to bring him back. Unfortunately, Cersei is gone. You know, Daenerys is gone. We miss them. We wish that they were there. But Jon Snow, Tormund, all these people, Gendry, you will bring back all of these people from the original show to work on this series. And then you would spin it off to other people's series. It sets up a Arya sequel, right? That you can have Arya, what's west of Westeros. You can have that storyline go on. You sets up a Sansa Stark, the Queen of the North story. It sets that up. It sets up a whole bunch of things that you could see if this is potentially a great show. But it would take this show to set all that other stuff off. If this show flops, then there's no way they would do it. Now, this is just in development. We've seen other shows in development, right? We've seen Blood Moon in development. It did not make it out there. We've seen a bunch of other shows that did not make it out there. But I think the fact that Kit Harington is attached to this character means that they believe that this show is going to go forward. He would not have put his name on it if he did not believe in it. Now listen, am I saying the guy's career has gone great, or any of these Game of Thrones characters' career has gone great since this series ended? No, I'm not going to say that. But what I'll say is that, you know, it's a good chance you'll see the reunion between Jon Snow and Samwell Tarly. You'll have to bring them back together. You'll have to bring back the whole gang. And from that, you know what I mean, I think that it could be, you know, a decent show if the writing is right. But the number one thing I think I would need to hear that I believed in this project wholeheartedly is that George R.R. Martin is involved. Because if he's involved, then you could basically say that this is canon to the books, because he's going to tell them what he would do with Jon Snow, or where he sees these characters end up after the show. No Dan and Dave, you can't be in it. They can have nothing to do with it. it's not even that they didn't do a good job. They did a great job with the early seasons when they had book material, but the fans would just be way too toxic to even see them. Like, the fans would not even want to see these people whatsoever. So I would have to say that for Dan and Dave, they can have nothing to do with it. Their name just mentioned with this show would drive fans up against the wall. So there's no way they can in any way be a part of this show. So it also, as I said, brings up the other series. What would you like to see? Would you like to see an Arya series? Would you like to see a Sansa series? And they could keep going on and on with any character that would be there. Would Peter Dinklage be interested in coming back and reprising his role as Tyrion Lannister? If you have Bran and the whole small council, you would have to do that. I think that people like, Sweet Robin, seeing him in his adult, I think people would enjoy that and seeing what's going on there with him. And I think people are definitely wanting more Game of Thrones. That is why they're doing all these series, and that is why HBO is trying to keep this series alive. This is their most popular series by far of all time. So why wouldn't they try to milk this for everything that they could? That is exactly what's going on. Listen, Jon Snow's got more lives than anybody else. This guy keeps coming back. It doesn't matter. But I do think that it could be a good thing. I could see exactly where the story would take place, how they could do the story, and how they can make this story work. I wish a couple of people were alive, like Shireen Baratheon. God rest that little girl's soul. She should have never got done the way she did. I wish Melisandre was alive. It would have been great to see Melisandre still alive. I wish Stannis was alive, but we would get Davos, so you still get Davos in there. I wish some of these people were still alive. We will get Bran, I wish we will get Mira. So if anyone wanted to see what happened between Bran and Mira, if there's going to be anything, they could provide that for you. They just really want to get that bad taste of the series out of your mouth. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to redo the same thing that Dexter did with New Blood. And I bet you that's what happened. I bet you they watched Dexter New Blood. They seen what type of success it was for Showtime, because it was the highest rated Showtime show of all time doing the Dexter New Blood. Now, Dexter New Blood ending did not work out that great. We know they're doing Fire and Blood. Maybe they're not as confident in that as they want, and they want to keep things going. Or maybe they are, and they want to have it so that it rolls right. One rolls right into the other. You know what I mean? So you're just Game of Thrones getting it all 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They're just going to roll all that out for you. But 100% I think it's because of Dexter New Blood while they're doing this show, because they've seen the success of that show. Again, it didn't end well, but the success, people were there for it. So I think they think, hey, if people were there for that, people will be here for Game of Thrones if they want that craziness, that stuff that people just can't get anywhere, that killing of children, that sex, that nudity. That's what it's known for, and violence and epic battles. Who's going to be doing the battle scenes? That means something. Who's going to be doing the battle scenes? So you tell me, are you into a Game of Thrones Jon Snow spinoff or not? Like the way I do is subscribe. And as always, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.